So today we want to talk about some of the bad survival advice that keeps coming out of these large channels, especially in the farms and survival community and prepping community. Now, the first one I'd like to cover is sandbags. Now, the official U.S. Army production rate for filling and stacking sandbags properly is 10 bags per hour per man. So that gives you an idea of how slow and how much manpower it takes to build anything substantial with sandbags. Translated, that means that a human with supplied soil, and that's the key, supplied soil, can fill and stack one sandbag every 6 minutes for an hour. Now, if you got to go dig that sand, dirt, soil, or gravel up, that reduces the production rate even more. Now, we all know who's pushing sandbags heavy, and it brings the question, did he buy too many, or is this all salesmanship? Now, the next subject is plate carriers and AR15 uppers. So, Dirty Civilian is real heavy on this advice, as are many of the other top-end channels. And what we want to talk about is, if you don't have much money, why would you buy a plate carrier first? Why would you buy a plate carrier at all? Because a plate carrier has limited utility. You're really only going to use that after SHTF happens. So if you don't have much money, what you really want to do is buy soft, concealable body armor that you can wear when you go shopping at the grocery store, when you go to Walmart, and you can use it every day if you so desire to do so. The other thing is it's concealed versus a plate carrier. Are you going to go to the grocery store wearing your plate carrier today? Or would you go to the grocery store wearing your soft body armor that's concealable? Now, the next bad advice is buying extra AR uppers or buying a cheap AR to practice with. Now, if you have a good high quality AR15, it's a myth that the barrels and bolts are going to wear out from training. That just doesn't happen. Most of the barrel wear, bolt failures actually come from mag dumps and a lot of full auto firing. Unlike all these other experts, I've done a tremendous amount of automatic weapon firing, especially with the M16 series. And I have individual rifles that have had a lot of automatic fire through them and have gone over 30,000 rounds, and they have the original barrel and bolt in them. So when we're talking about AR-15s and this myth that you're going to wear your gun out practicing, that just needs to go away. The Army, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, they have millions of M16s. They train with them all the time. And it's rare that they break bolts or they wear the barrels out from actual firing. Now, when you get into the spec ops community and you're doing a lot of close range, you're doing a lot of mag dumps, a lot of burst fire, and you have materials and weapons that weren't properly manufactured, then you can get bolt fractures around 5,000 round count. But if the bolts are properly heat treated, that's just not going to happen. So the second thing is, if you look at AR-15 uppers, the parts that fail first are the bolt cam pin, the firing pin, and then the upper itself. The upper is soft aluminum, and as the bolt carrier reciprocates back and forth through that in automatic fire, and you're building up a lot of grit and dirt, what happens is the internal dimensions open up on that upper receiver to the point where the fit with the bolt carrier gets real sloppy and you start to get misalignment. That's usually what goes first. I don't care what they tell you. I've worked on a lot of these guns over 40 years, and that's what I've observed. So when we look at the fact that you have a civilian AR-15, if you get a high quality military barrel that has chrome plating and a high quality bolt, you don't have to worry about a second gun for practicing, because you're not going to wear it out. You're not going to break the bolt. You're not going to destroy the barrel. What destroys barrels is bending them on stuff and improper cleaning, where you wear the muzzle down with the cleaning rod. That's what destroys most real barrels in real life. Most people don't have enough money to buy enough ammo to shoot out a barrel. And when you look at AR-15s, the upper receiver and bolt carrier and bolt are the bulk of the cost of the weapon. So if you look at these cheap rifles where they're telling you to buy these cheap upper assemblies, you can add a lower receiver for about $150 to $200 along with the buttstock from the same manufacturer. So you're only reducing your cost to $150 to $200. Now, if you want to have a caliber conversion kit, that's fine. But you could have a complete second rifle for another $200. So why would you want to go that route? How much money are you really saving taking this advice? So when we look at semi-automatic weapons and we look at full automatic weapons, the lifespan of these guns is a whole lot higher than what these people are telling you. And what they're doing is trying to sell you junk. They're trying to make money off of you. So please share your thoughts. We'll see you on the next video.